know how many.
I'm not sure.
A little bit better like that?
You can see ya. I'll get out of there too.
I'll try not to.
How to paddle?
You got eaten.
Should we do the respect yourself?
My name is Dustin. I'm the president for the Spruce City Wildlife Association. We're a volunteer organization based out of Prince George. A part of that organization is called the Salmon Support Team. That's who is here today. What we do is we go to a variety of streams throughout the upper and middle Fraser. We collect brood stock, which means we capture the adults, we take the eggs and the milt, we bring them back to our facility in Prince George and we raise them there. Once they get to a certain size and we get to the right time of year, which it is right now, we go back to that natal stream and we release them. The reason why we're doing this is as part of a stock rebuilding program for conservation. The stocks in this area, the Chinook stocks, have been endangered for quite a few years, which means they're not in a capacity to be able to rebuild themselves without action. Some of you may have heard about the widespread fishing closures up and down the coast. Part of that is because of the low stocks up here. A few years ago as well, we had a big bar landslide that cut off the fish being able to migrate upstream for a few years. The one year being really drastic, which is the return we're expecting this year. So what we do is we bring the eggs and the milk back to the hatchery, we raise them in captivity there, and our success rate will be significantly higher. From egg to fry survival in the wild, survival averages between 5 and 15%. In the hatchery, we get between 85 and 95%. So that same number of eggs from the females, we get a significantly higher percentage of survival, giving the stream a bit of a boost so that we can hopefully get more fish returning in the future, rebuild these stocks for not only you, me, our future generations, but for the natural environment as well. There's a lot of things that rely on these fish. Bears, eagles, the entire ecosystem. These are a keystone species. Everybody wants a piece of the salmon pie. So I'd like to invite Chief George Lampro to say a few words as well, if you'd like.
I don't think I'll climb up there, but no. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a really great event, and it's great to see so many people out to return our fish back to the streams. You know, the decline of salmon is huge, and it has a ripple effect from one end of this province to the other. Can you imagine years ago, before contact, these streams would have been black with fish. The Fraser River would have been black with fish. But due to overharvest mismanagement, we're here today as a collective to bring back these numbers so that one day, the little ones here, I see some really little ones around here, will still continue to see what we're able to see and enjoy the benefits of our hard work and the joint efforts we're putting in together. It's really good when we can come together for common concerns, especially when we're trying to revive stocks of salmon that are slowly depleting. And if it's not for the efforts of groups like Spruce City Wilderness and all the other organizations that take on this important work, I think we would be in a far worse situation than we are now. It's through the hard work and dedication of all of these organizations, of everybody coming together, that our future will be bright. Our kids will be able to enjoy the things we're enjoying now, seeing the salmon we're seeing now, and hopefully in greater numbers through these continued efforts. So enjoy this beautiful day, and let's release some fish. Thank you.
I would like to acknowledge as well the great partnership that Spruce City has with Simp First Nations and their fisheries group. The Simp crew and the fisheries folks, Tina Donald, who's the fisheries manager, has done an awesome job working with us. They come up and they help with brood capture. Somebody's always here to help with the release as well. It's a fantastic partnership. Again, to everybody working together, we can make much more progress. I'd also like to invite the mayor of the village of Valemount to say a few words as well.
Thank you. Just want to build on some of the words that Coopy, George, and Dustin have identified. And for about 3 hours last night at the celebration of tourism, it was all about partnerships and sustainability. And it's partnerships like this with Spruce City, with Simp First Nation, with Tourism Valemount Secondary School, that not only is this a conservation effort, but it's a sustainable effort to restock what we've lost. With the Valemount Secondary, with Valemount Elementary School, Councillor Donald and her team provide an educational outreach to students so that we continue learning on how to better our environment. And I couldn't be happier to share this moment with you all. Thanks very much.
And of course, Tourism Valemount. A huge thank you to Marcy for putting this on, pulling it all together. It's great, and Marcy's another one. She's been out there in the water helping us with brood capture. Again, too, the value in salmon is not just the harvest or that, being able to take from the environment as well. There's the tourism aspect of it as well, where people will come here, stay in the community, spend money, and help build an economy here with the tourism. Do you want to say a few words?
I'll say it.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. I won't hop up here either because I'm sure to fall down. I just take a look around and it really brings tears to my eyes how many people are here. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you to Spruce City Wildlife Association and to the Simp for the incredible partnership that we have and how we're all collaboratively working together to bring these fish back. These are the fish that the orca eat. And those are some of our iconic things when we talk about the ecosystems. So just think about these things when you have the opportunity to release that fish. There's only a slight chance, but that fish will come back, but it's going to be feeding the ecosystem all the way down to the ocean. So again, thank you so much everyone for attending, and thank you everybody for the great partnerships.
Thank you.
I can. I'm not getting up there though. That would be a video all of its own.
So, and lastly, I'd like to invite MLA Shirley Bond to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Dustin. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today because this really is about future generations. And I want to thank Chief Lampro for the incredible partnership with the Simp First Nation. Chief is a leader, not just here, but across the province in terms of his approach to sustainability and to working together. Obviously Mayor Torgerson and councillors that are here, fantastic job. But today I really want to thank Dustin and the team from Spruce City Wildlife. I can't tell you how many hours these individuals work. They are volunteers and they are working every single day to make sure that, first of all, you should go and visit them at the hatchery. I go and I learn, and I want to say personally, Dustin, thank you for teaching me about the importance of making sure that we are taking care of our rivers and our fish and clean water, the environment. Dustin's a great teacher. I am very honored to know him. And this entire team left Prince George at 6:30 this morning, making sure these little guys made it safely, oxygen tank on board just in case. So today is a special day as we help regenerate and make sure that we get to hand off a planet to our next generation that is better than the one we inherited. So huge thank you, Spruce City. Enjoy helping do your part. And remember, whatever happens to them, they're helping the entire ecosystem. So thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here today. So thank you very much.
Okay, so on that note, we'll get the ball rolling here. So the way this will work is we're going to release in kind of two stages. So we have a little water slide over there. We'll put some fry in a bucket, we'll bring them over there, give everybody the chance to release their own fry. You can get a solo cup with some water, and again we've got the water slide so that you don't have to get too close to the stream. So we'll have a handful of fish that end up over there, and the remainder will be released through this bulk hose. We'll announce when that's going to happen. Best view would be up on the bridge there. It looks like it might be a bit crowded at the moment, but I'm sure there's room for a few more people to squeeze in there. But again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you to IGA, I believe, for sponsoring the barbecue. So make sure you help yourself to a hot dog. Enjoy the beautiful day here in the village of Valemount, in Simp territory. And again, thank you all for your support.
Imagining.
Oh yeah!
I'll take the cup, buddy. Good job.
We did it!
Ready?
Ernie.
Oh, he's swimming right for it.
Well, we're here on the banks of Swift Creek today, and we're here for a very special occasion, and we're here with Dustin Snyder, who is the president of the Spruce City Wildlife Association. Dustin, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much for having us.
So can you tell us why we're here today?
So we're here for our annual community fry release. So we've brought back the 20,000 fry that we collected as eggs in August. We raised them in our hatchery in Prince George, and we're back here today with this fantastic community, releasing them and trying to rebuild the Chinook stocks here in Swift Creek.
Right, so this is a multi-year effort. Where are we now?
So I believe this is year 3 or 4. I've been asked a couple times, and I feel like I'm starting to get old because I'm forgetting the dates. But I believe we're on our 3rd or 4th year for this.
Great. And have you had a chance to gauge any of the results yet, or is it a little too early?
Not yet. So these fish run on a 5-year life cycle. So we'll still be a year or 2 before we start to be able to see the results of our efforts. And even that too will take a little while. We can only really judge that off of DNA analysis. So we're not actually marking these fish physically in any way. So when some fish come back, we'll have to take a DNA sample, and then we'll submit that, and we'll be able to tell if any of those fish were from our program.
So why is this important?
Salmon in general, yeah, this program is important for a couple of reasons, but salmon in general is just it's a keystone species for all of BC. There's a fishing industry that relies on it, there's a tourism industry that relies on it, and on top of that, they're just a really important ecological piece of the puzzle. These fish, they have a 5-year life cycle, they spend about 3 or 4 years out in the ocean. All that nutrients that they absorb out there is nutrients that we don't have up here in our forest and in our ecosystem. So when they come back, those nutrients is a huge value to the soil, to the forests, to bears, eagles, just everything. And again, too, these stocks up here are classed as endangered. A lot of the widespread fishing closures on the coast of BC have been because of depressed stocks, and these are some of those stocks. So there's a lot of things that can be better if we can rebuild these stocks.
Well, that's great. And so what is the long-term strategy here? How long do you think you're going to have to do this for?
So being in a hatchery situation is one of those things where we almost want to work ourselves out of work. So our goal is to be able to continue to do this until we get back a sustainable population, put a big enough number of fish into the stream to where we're getting back a good return, and then those spawns will naturally take care of themselves. Until then, we're putting in the time.
Great. And so you come in the spring and you I'm not sure what the word is, but you collect eggs and then take them back to the hatchery?
Yes, so in the fall, in late summer, I guess, August, we come up here and we capture the brood stock. So those are the adults. We'll capture males and females. We'll take the eggs from the females and the milt, which is the sperm from the males. We bring them back to our facility and we raise them there. Because they're in a controlled environment and there's no predators, spawning success rate is way higher, as well as survival for sure. So in the wild, I believe egg to fry survival rates range between 5 and 15%, and in our hatchery we'll get between 85 to 95%. So it's a significant boost in those same eggs survival from river to hatchery.
Well, that's great. And approximately how many were released today?
Just shy of 20,000.
Okay. And what do you think of the turnout?
This is fantastic. I spent a little bit of time in Valemount when I was younger, and I love it here. It's great to see the turnout. We've had a fantastic partnership with Tourism Valemount as well as Simp First Nations. It's great to see reps out here from both of those organizations. And on top of that, just all of the community come out, the kids, everybody's having a good time, enjoying a hot dog. Huge thank you to IGA for sponsoring the hot dog barbecue. And yeah, just fantastic turnout. It's great. It warms my heart that there's hope for this sort of thing in the future.
Well, thank you and your team so much for what you're doing. It's very valuable work, and we look forward to starting to see the results in a couple of years, and hope it does what it's intended.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.